I'm trying to. Okay, now everybody just see, I have, this is the first document for class 5A. I wish you learn properly. Now here, this is what exactly I have typed. Now among this document for class 5A, this part, first document I have selected. And after selection of this document, I am giving some kind of colors and all, okay? So I put some color over here. I made it red. And then I will change the size of the text. So this is the part of the text. I have changed the size of the text. After this, what I want to do, I want to put the similar type of these, what exactly the color and all, to learn. The word learn, I want to give the same color and same size. So for that, what I will do, I will select this one. I'll go to the format painter. And in the format painter, I will select this one. Everybody watch carefully. I have selected the, oh my God, some people are joining so late and that is going to be disturbed into my, this one. Anyway, I have clicked on there in the format painter. And after that, what I did, I got a particular symbol and then I click on the learn option and just I go there and I click. This is what exactly is happening in the computer. Some people are joining very late and because of them, see the learn is changed. Can you see the learn has changed? What I did, I repeat the process.
Yes,
I will repeat the process once more. I will just go look at this. This is my document. And in this first document, I have selected, I have changed the color of the first document. And then I have changed the size of the first document. I'll increase the size and you can see this is the size is increased. And same thing, I want to use it on top of the learn, the word learn. Then what I do, I go for format painter and I go for the learn and you can see the learn has changed automatically. And it has changed its color and everything. So everybody please watch carefully how to utilize your, which one? The format painter. Am I clear? Now I will go to the superscript and subscript options. Everybody watch the superscript and subscript option now. Now I want to write O square. O is my word, and then on top of that I want to go for O square. The O square, I will just increase the size first. Now O is written. Now after this I want to give the square. What I have to do, I have to select this font option. And in the font, when I click over here, I'll get a dialog box. Can you see the dialog box? Can you see the dialog box? And in this dialog box, I have an option called superscript here in the effects. Now I'll select this superscript and keep OK. And then I can write 2. As soon as I write 2, it will appear above the current text. Now, if I type anything else like O2 and after that TH, and those all will appear over there. But I don't want those TH and all over there. I want them in the normal text. So what I have to do, I have to again go to the font and remove this superscript and then give OK. And after this, when I type T, U, and I, now this is coming in the normal position. So what I have to do, how to write O2, you understand. And now this is called superscript. Similarly, if I want to write the water, H2O, 2 is little below the normal text. That is called subscript. So how to do this subscript? Look at this. I have typed H, and then I want to give 2 little below the normal text line. I'll go to the font, and then I'll go for the subscript. And in the one subscript, I give OK, and then I type 2, And again, if you keep on typing O and all, it will appear over here, but you don't want there. You want in the normal position O. Then again, you have to go to the font. You have to remove this subscript and then give OK and then give O. Now you can see the O is coming in the normal text position. So this is how we write superscript and subscript using the font menu. Apart from that, in the shortcut also we have this. Let's see how we can do with the help of shortcut. We want to write O square again. We will write O, and here X square is written, and over here if I take my mouse, it will say create small letters above the line. So I'll click over there and I will give square. And then I don't want any more over there. So like if I keep on writing, it will be there. So I don't want anything. Again, I have to click there only. And then if I give N, it will appear below the means a normal line. Now if I want to write, say, H2O, again H, and here you can see here when you take it is a subscript. So you click over there, and when you give click, you get the number over here, subscript, and the subscript will be 2. And again, if you keep on typing, it will be the same position, but you don't want, you want to get it back. So you click over there, and then what you will do, you will type O. Now H2O is defined over here. So the two ways you can change the superscript and subscript, how I have explained. So I can see few hands are there. I will talk to those 4 people now. Otherwise, other people don't raise your hands now. And let me go to Shubkaran. Shubkaran, what's your question, please? Hello, dear. Shubkaran. Yes, Shubkaran.
Where is the format painter button?
Format painter button is in the clipboard here. See, my mouse is moving on format painter. Can you see? This is format painter. Can you see?
I can see.
Yeah, now very good.
Below the copy.
Okay, okay. Now, let me move to the another person. Akshat, what's your question, Akshat?
Sir, I can't see your cursor in the format painter.
Now, can you see?
Your cursor. No, sir. Your cursor is in the editing group. Select.
Editing group select. What you were saying?
Yes, miss. Yes, sir. Sir, you are moving the cursor. No, I can't see that cursor.
Now you cannot see?
No, no, sir.
Just get disconnected and connect again. So there is a network problem. It is okay. Actually, this is called network problem. This kind of network
Okay,
problem
sir.
sometimes happens. Okay, Akshat, please.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Annesha Ghosh, what's your question?
Sir, I also cannot see in the editing group. It is only your cursor is there.
In the editing group only my cursor is there. So why these people
Yes,
are not
sir.
saying? Who are
Sir, in the editing group, select. There is a button. There is your cursor.
And now?
So now it is moving.
Yeah, now you can see format painter.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
Akshat can see my format painter. Akshat, can you see? Look, my format painter is here. Can you see now? Tiasha Pani, please communicate properly. Otherwise, it is difficult. Sometime it will happen. My cursor is stopped or anything. You will have to tell me. That's the reason I may make you unmute. I don't want to talk like that only. Okay. So anyway, I'll mute you and I will just give Annesha now and Pratiksha. These 2 girls I will make unmuted. Shubham, please tell me what exactly is problem is coming. Otherwise, there will be a problem when I am doing. If you don't understand, you have to tell me. Understand? Okay. Anyway, now we go over here. I have made the two people unmuted. One is Anisha Ghosh, another is Priyadarshi. Okay, so you two are unmuted. Okay, so you can talk to me. Yes, Anisha, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good, very good. Now we have gone to H2O, superscript and subscript. We have finished. Now we will move to the next part, and this is called the shadow effect. Now I want to give the shadow effect to anything. Like I wish you. This is the word where I want to give the shadow effect. Very carefully watch. Shadow effect is hidden somewhere. First one is we have to give this font option. And then after this, we go for the text effect. Can you see, Anisha?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I click on text effect. I click on text effect. In the text effect, I have a shadow option. Can you see shadow option?
Yes, sir.
My mouse is on
Yes,
shadow.
sir.
And then there are various preset shadows are there. Among these shadows, I can choose any one of these shadows. Suppose I choose this particular shadow. This is called offset diagonal top right. Now this is the shadow I have selected, and in which color the shadow will appear, that is coming in black. I want to change in
Yes, sir.
if I want to change in another color, I can choose any color, and I go for close option. And then what I do, I give OK. Now you see, I wish you is coming with the shadow. Can you see?
Yes,
I wish
sir.
you in the coming in the shadow. This is the text which
Yes,
is coming
sir.
with the shadows. So how to apply the shadow? Anisha will repeat for me. What are the steps I have taken? Anisha, what are the steps I have taken? Pratiksha, Priyadarshi, what are the steps I have taken?
So first we have to go on the font that is
I will
in that
no
font.
first I have to select the text. I have to select the text. This is the first step. Second step, I have to open the font dialog box. Okay, and when I go for font dialog box,
Yes,
I
sir.
get the text effect. Watch carefully, note down in the copy
Yes, sir.
properly. Text effect. And after the text effect, I go for the shadow option and click on shadow. And after clicking on shadow, I go for presets. And in the presets, I select any type of shadow. Okay, offset right, offset left, and all. So I say any kind of shadow I select. After selecting the shadow, I select the color of the shadow. And after that, I give here close. Then I go for OK. As soon as I give OK, the shadow effect is applied on the selected text. The shadow effect is applied on the selected text. Is it clear, Pratiksha?
Yes.
Okay, Anisha, is it clear? What happened, Anisha? You are muting yourself, it seems. Anisha, I unmuted you. What's the problem with that network? Okay, anyway. This is what exactly is called shadow effect. Now I will be applying the border of this one. How to apply the border, I will show you. I'll go to the, yes, everybody. I'll go to the border. Border is there. First of all, I will go to the headers and footers. How to click to the headers and footers? What is headers and footer? Let me tell you. Can you see my mouse is moving here? Pratiksha, can you tell me? My mouse is moving here. Can you see?
Sir.
This portion, this is
Yes,
the
sir.
portion. This is the portion which is known as above the document area. This part is called above the document area. Similarly, yeah, Anisha, you are unmuted. You can talk to me. What is happening?
Sir, network problem cannot hear you nicely, that's why.
Okay. Now this is the portion where my mouse is moving. This is called below the text area. So you have two parts. One is above the text area, above the margin, normal margin. And again, when you look at here, this is called below the normal margin. This is the area which is called footer. So above the normal margin is header, and below the normal margin is called footers of the in the page. So headers and footers. Now to get anything written in the headers and footer, what we have to do? We have to click on insert. And then when I click on insert, this is a group. Diasha Pani, watch. This is a group. This group is called headers and footers group. And in this headers
Yes,
and
sir.
footers group, I have a header option.
Yes, sir.
If I select any one of these headers and I click, look at this, this will appear above the text area, normal text area. And here,
Yes, sir.
here if I write anything, like I am writing my name over here. So that will appear above the normal text area. Okay. And then you can see this is above the normal text area. This is above the normal text area. This is the portion. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now if I go for the
sir.
if I go for the footer, that will appear below the normal text area. Okay, so I just write down something over here. I can type a text over here. I can write note book. So this word notebook will appear below the text area. See, this is the below text area. The notebook is appearing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Above the text area, my name is appearing, and below the text area, the notebook is appearing. So if you want to write anything,
Yes, sir.
if you want to write anything above the text area or below the text area, then you can use headers and footers. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how to insert
Yes, sir.
how to insert the data in the headers and footers I have shown you. Now we can move into the next one, that is called, this is what exactly is happening here. This particular portion is called margin, and this margin is left margin and this is right margin. So you can say left indent and right indents are there. Now from this,
Yes, sir.
in between this, my text is there. Now this is called one single column. This is called one single column. Now if I want to divide into two parts, this here, if I want to divide into two parts, what I have to do? I have to divide in the columns. I have to divide in the columns. Now to divide in the columns, what I will do? I'll go to the page layouts. Watch carefully. I go to the page layout. In the page setup group,
Yes, sir.
in the page setup group, there is a column option is here. I select the column options, and now it is in this screen, it is all in single column, one column. That's the reason it is written one. Now if I want to divide into two parts, this margin, if I want to divide into two parts, I'll go to the two columns. As soon as I go for the two columns, you can see the margin is divided into two parts.
Yes, sir.
Like newspaper, it is divided into two different columns. Like newspaper, it is divided into two different columns. Can you see, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let me get into. Let me just. I think some people have a very big network problem. They're coming in and going out again and again. There was nearly 44 people. Now suddenly in the networks, it is dropped to 38. Anyway. We are looking at this particular numbers very carefully, where we are number of columns we are dividing and all. So next is we can insert the column break. If you want another column, you can insert a column break. Okay, so we don't need column break and this page break. Page break is what in between the page. Suppose after typing these 4 lines, I want to give a break over here. Now what I will do, I will go for the insert page breaks. Here the breaks options are there. Can you see here the break? I have clicked on the break. In the page layout,
Yes, sir.
in the page layout only, in page setup group, there is breaks out there. So what type of breaks are there? Page break, column break, text wrapping, and all these options are there. So in your book, there are two things are discussed. One is column break, another is page break. So let me discuss the page break now. Now I click on the page break. As soon as I click on the page break, what will happen? That portion is finished. My page is finished over here. Okay. So after this, my page is finished. Now I will type. Now, what exactly I am typing is appearing on the screen on the one part of the columns. Can you see?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, this is what exactly immediately if I break the page, it is going to the next page. Look at this. It's going to the next page. The cursor is appearing on the
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
As soon as I give the page break, my cursor will appear in the next page. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's called page break. Inserting the line break is also possible. Line is just pressing enter actually in the home tab in the paragraph group. You can see that line break is there. Okay. So the paragraph group, you can see the line breaks. Okay. So you can look at the line break on the paragraph groups. Line and page breaks are here. Line and page breaks are there. So we can just break the lines, keep the lines together, page break before, after, keep that with next. These are the all options you can see over here. Okay. Now here, click the text where you want to go for the line break. Okay, a line break can be placed anywhere in the Microsoft Word. Place the cursor at the position where you want to add the line break and press enter key. That is the simple. Enter key is the line break. Apart from that, the rest of the text will move to the next line. So if I just put anything over here, it will move to the next line. Okay, just like this here. If I put a word and if I just give a enter key, the whole text will move to the next line. So that is what exactly is called line break. Now I want to set the margin.
Yes, sir.
I want to set the margin means I want to make the page setup. How to do the page setup? I have to go to the page layout. Can you see the page layout? In the page layout, I have options called margin. Can you see the margin? And in the margin,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I have a different margins over here, different settings of margin. And these are the predefined settings where it is written top, this much portion will be left, bottom, this much portion will be left, left hand side, this much portion will be left, right hand side, this much portion will be left. The last custom setting in normal setting is this one. Same number is in the normal setting. If it is narrow, that means left hand side you want to leave little less, right hand side you want to leave little less. This is 1.27. That means left and right side you want to leave little less number of space. Okay, so you can see here moderate. That means something on the left will be normal, but right you want to increase the size. So that is the reason you will be leaving less number of space. Similarly, at the left also you want to leave that little bit less number of space, but top and bottom you don't want to release the space. For headers and footers you want to reserve this much of space, 2.54 centimeters. There is a mirror options are there, and of course you can do your page setup. How you can do? You click on the customs margin. As soon as you click on the custom margin, you will find this much setup you want to do. How much you want to leave on the left, how much you want to leave on the right. You can select of your own. Suppose if I want to reduce this size, okay, I want to make it 1.3 centimeter at the top. And I want to leave similarly, say 1 centimeter at the bottom. See, I have written 1 centimeter at the bottom. left hand side I want to change to something like very less, okay, say 0.5. I don't want much centimeter on the left and I don't want much centimeter on the right. So this is called custom according to my choice, according to the requirement of the users. You look at this, automatically the left hand side, the page margin changed. Can you see the page margin changed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Left hand side, right hand side, number of space I have changed, and then these columns are stretched, extended. So that's the reason these columns are stretched, because you have changed the page margin. Now similarly, you want to change the rulers. If you want to change these rulers, you can drag them right and you can drag them left. Okay, so you want to change margin of your using the rulers directly, you can do that using this one. Okay, so you want to move this indent and the margin, that all are possible. Okay, so you can easily move towards inside and outside. So this is also called dragging. Through the dragging also you can change the set margin. Okay, so you can see very simple words are there, how to do it and how to do this and all we are working on. So let's move on to the same way. If you want to upper margin, you want to increase or decrease, this is how I increase, this is how I decrease the upper and lower margin. Okay, so the top margin and top margin and bottom margin also you can do the same way. Okay, so as you have given the headers, it will not go beyond some extent. That is what exactly it is going to show you. Okay, similarly the bottom margin is also here, but you can want to print this one, so you can increase this size. So with the dragging also it is possible. Left and right dragging means left margin, right margin. With the help of dragging also you can go and increase and decrease. Similarly the top margin and bottom margin also, with the help of dragging you can increase or decrease. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Very good, very good. So let's move into the page. These all things are available in our page layout tab. So how much we want to do anything, what exactly and all, that exactly we will explain over here. Now orientation, there are two types of orientation. One is a portrait, the normal orientation is a portrait, and landscape means, what are the differences? In the case of portrait, the length is bigger than the width, and in case of landscape the width is bigger than the length. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Length is bigger than the width. If I say, what you will say, Anisha? Portrait or landscape?
Sir, portrait.
Portrait. And width is bigger than the length?
Sir, landscape.
Very good.
Landscape.
Very good. So we have two types of things. One is portrait and landscape. These are the orientation of the page orientation. Now you can check any one of this. You can check the page orientation. As soon as you check the page orientation, you will see that page setup will be changing. The total page setup will be changing. Okay, so you can change to landscape. This is how it will look. And if I go for the orientation to the portrait, this is how it will look. So this is the look. This look will change to the case of landscape and portrait. See the landscape, the whole thing has changed.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now if I go for
Yes, sir.
portrait, the whole thing has changed. The look has changed. Can you see the total
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
page margin,
Yes,
page
sir.
setup will be changing? Okay. Now we move into the next one, working with the tabs. This is what exactly is changing the tabs. Tab setup. Tab setup means there is a key in your keyboard. That keyboard key is called tab key. You watch your keyboard, you will find the tab key is there. So if you press a tab key, the cursor will jump from one particular portion to another portion. So I will just type something and I'll show you. I'll say 1, and then if I press tab, go to this gap it will give, and then if I press tab, this gap it will give, and this gap is controlled with the help of the tab key, tab key. Now you can set up the tab also. you can set up the tab also. In the case of in the case of home tab, there is a paragraph is there, and in the paragraph here it is called indent and spacing. And with the help of this indent and spacing also, we can check the gap. We can give the gap. Okay. Now here in the indent of spacing, there is an option called tabs. Look at this. My mouse is moving on top of the tabs. I click
Yes,
on
sir.
tabs. As soon as I click on the tabs, this is going to give the default tabs. 1.27 centimeter is the default. I can increase it. I can increase it to any number. Now, if I go for 3 and give OK, let's see what will happen. The gap is increasing. Can you see this gap is increasing?
Yes, sir.
Now, if I go for again, if I go for this tab and increase the tab size to something called 4, you will see if I go 4.5, look at the tabs are more increased. 1, 2, 3, 4, they are increased. Tabs are increasing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I,
Yes, sir.
and if I go for decreasing, you see the tab will be the tab I have already used. I've shown you how I have used. Now if I go for the smaller tab, I'll go for say 2 centimeter. Okay, so 2 centimeters tabs. You will see all these tabs have all changed. Can you see this one? And my mouse is moving on the tab.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How to increase the tab and decrease the tab I have shown you. Is it clear, everybody? Now,
Yes, sir.
now we are already within the last minute. So everybody, that's all for the day. And whatever we have learned, we will just check the last portion is left over in this particular book. That is called indent of the text, that I will do on the next class. And I will of course do the little more revision, and then I will go to the next section. Next section means I will go to the chapter number 5 onwards after this. So next class I will revise, and then I will go to the second semester's portions. This is not a portion actually, this is a simple task we will be carrying on. Thank you. Thank you everybody.
Okay, sir.